2-minute declutter. Welcome back to the LIFiNG podcast, where small shifts create brighter living. I'm Dr. Violet Hunter, functional medicine and primary care physician, entrepreneur, wife to a retired military service member, and mom of 2 little ones who make life full in all the best ways. Each week, you'll get one simple, grounded, science-backed practice you can weave into your world. Whether you're juggling family, building a business, supporting your community, or just trying to breathe a little easier. Today's episode is about another tool that is simple, a little sneaky, and way more powerful than it sounds, the 2-minute declutter. And before your brain says, declutter, Dr. Hunter, I barely have 2 minutes to drink water. Just stay with me. This is not about organizing your garage and become a minimalist by sunset. This is a 2-minute reset for your environment and your nervous system. Because a calmer environment really does create a calmer body. Your space matters. Lasts more than you think. Let's start here. Most of us live in environments that are constantly giving our brains input. Visual input, noise input, decision input. Even when we don't consciously notice it, our nervous system does. That stack of mail on the counter, your brain reads it as unfinished business. That chair with 3 jackets, a diaper bag, and a mysterious sock, your brain reads it as one more thing to deal with. The toy explosion that somehow regenerates every 12 hours, your brain is like, we live in a Lego documentary. None of this means you're doing life wrong. It means you're human and your home is being used for actual living. But here's the functional medicine truth. Your nervous system is always scanning your environment for safety or threat. Clutter isn't dangerous in a moral sense, but to the brain, clutter can feel like chaos, and chaos creates low-grade stress. Not dramatic stress, just steady background stress that keeps your body a little more wired than it needs to be. When your brain sees disorder, it's working. It's processing more information, making more micro decisions, tracking more incomplete loops. That increases cognitive load. And cognitive load raises stress hormones. But when you clear even a tiny space, something shifts. Your brain registers completion. Your nervous system feels a little safer. Your attention settles and the body gets the message, we're okay. That's why 2 minutes can matter. Because you're not just cleaning, you're closing loops in your brain. So for this week's light tool, clear one tiny space. Here's the practice. Pick one tiny space, not a whole room, not a closet, not your entire life. One small space you can clear in 2 minutes. Examples can be a drawer, a nightstand, one shelf in the fridge, a corner of the counter, your car cup holder, your purse, and that one spot where things collect. I have one of those spots. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Clear only that space. Stop when the timer ends. 2 minutes of effort. A meaningful shift in how your brain feels. And if your brain says, but I want to keep going, great. You can. But the win is the 2 minutes. This is about building momentum and relief, not pressure. Why does this work for busy families? For people with a lot on their plates, self-care often backfires. Because it's not just clean the room, it's find time, find energy, find motivation, and don't get interrupted. 2 minutes doesn't ask for your whole life. It asks for a moment. It fits inside real life. You can do it while the kids are eating, while coffee is brewing, while you're waiting for a meeting to start, right before bed, or whenever your nervous system feels that subtle, too much signal. 2 minutes is short enough to start, and long enough to create change. Decluttering is not about being perfect, or having a Pinterest house, or proving something to yourself. It's about supporting your nervous system. When your outer world is just a bit clearer, your inner world can breathe. And in functional medicine, we know that When your nervous system calms, digestion improves, sleep deepens, inflammation lowers, cravings reduce, cortisol stabilizes, and decision fatigue eases. So, yes, clearing a drawer can actually help your hormones. Welcome to the human body. If 2 minutes feels hard, you are not lazy. You are likely overloaded. Your nervous system doesn't need a makeover, it needs a signal of safety. So here's your question for today: what tiny space will you clear? Pick one. Set your timer, 2 minutes. Then a pause and notice. How does your body feel afterward? Is your mind quieter? Thank you for joining me for episode 4 of the LIFiNG podcast. Remember, you don't need hours, you just need a small shift that creates a little more calm. 2 minutes is enough to change your space, and your space can change your state. I'm Dr. Violet Hunter, and I'll see you next week for another episode.